What up? What up? Trying out a new resolution here. Should be able to watch in 1440p. I don't know. Kind of troubleshooting this right now. Give me a sec. Hopefully this works, right? Could be. Could be working. Yeah, slide it on over. I guess we're live. I had a few problems, but every day we have a few problems, right? Wouldn't be a day without some. But actually, it's pretty smooth. Not bad. Didn't really give anyone any time or heads up on joining the stream, so I'm gonna take people a little bit to find it, but that's all right. Watching from the Philippines. What's up, brother? Welcome. We're only live on YouTube. What's up, Pickle? I got it in 1440p now. I was trying to do 4K or 2K, and I don't know, I just didn't want to do it. One step at a time. We're going to go up slowly in the resolution. I'm hoping this makes the stream smoother. I'm not really sure why it would, but I'm hoping it does. Change some stuff up back here. I decided today I'm just going to take it slow. Not going to jump in, not going to ramble on for like 45 minutes. We'll get there to the rambling for 45 minutes, to the getting lost in the charts thing. But yeah, we're starting it off slow. We haven't really done this. I'm trying to make sure all this stuff is working. This will give time for people to find the stream, get in here. Hit the like button, subscribe, share it out. Get the algorithm going. Crypto is pretty much dead as traffic goes. But we had one of the best calls, and maybe, I don't know, we called gold to 5,000, silver to 100, uranium all-time high, copper all-time high. We've had some good calls in the last few years, but the best call might have just happened overnight. We're going to look at that first. There's, of course, much to look at. Not Bitcoin, but much to look at overall. Maybe the best call we made. I don't know. I have a feeling, and man, I don't want to get overexcited. I don't want to FOMO, but this may be my Doge of this cycle. Last cycle, we had the most insane calls on Doge. We didn't really have that. There really wasn't a lot printing this cycle, but there's still a chance. There's still a chance. There's still a shot. Monero, baby. What's funny is, if this is the big call of the cycle, it's like another proof of work, older chain. It's like really similar to Doge. It's weird. Unexpected. Tunes, how's the tune volume? What up, bullish Mike? How you doing, bro? Good to see you. All-time high on silver. Yep. Yep. Yeah, we've got a good amount to look at. Unfortunately, not a lot to look at on the corn. I'm just getting ready. We're not doing the normal warm-up, the normal jump into it, long-winded thing. But to just really quickly go back to Bitcoin. Trade slapped. We went long. Took this live. Placed this live Wednesday last week. Price was, I want to say it like 91.6. Came right down to our entry. 89, and boom. Sunday night, baby. TP hit. It was in profit virtually the entire time. This is a good sign. Typically when I start hitting trades, the market gets hotter. When I start losing trades back to back to back, usually the market's bearish. I'll be real. I'm a great indicator in that sense. What's up, Bazone? Subscribed. What's up, Steve Vargo, my guy? Can I play the Tom Crown rap? Which one? Which one? The one that Cassius made, or the what's the other one? The other one. Actually, you know what? I might not have the other one on this computer. Shit, I didn't even think of that. It's getting real hot. It's getting real hot, boys. Sub, Glenn, you found me on X? Official meme cup. Welcome, brother. Dude, X is cooked, bro. It's cooked. You guys want to see something crazy on X? Yeah, this is gonna be a more informal stream today. I always put so much pressure on myself to like do like a YouTube show, a content show, make it like, you know, I don't know. No one's doing this to me. It's just me. But I always put so much pressure on myself, and you know, sometimes I think that's the right choice, but oftentimes I think it just burns me out. Doesn't turn out as good as I'd like, so I'm gonna chill with it today. Here's some behind the scenes alpha. In November, so this tracks, okay? If we look at the total crypto search, new viewers, almost any metric you look at for crypto will be like really close to this graph. Meaning October, which is cut off here, obviously. October 10th was a nice little spike. I'd say the first week of October, second week of October. That simmered off after price hit its low and did nothing. We got a big spike in the space, and I say big relatively. It was certainly not even January of 2025, and definitely not like Q4 of 24, but we got a spike of interest, and it just so happened to be when I was spitting bangers over on X. And look at this graph. This tracks so closely to that crypto traffic, but I want to say it's even more exaggerated, because not only has traffic easily cut in half total, just people looking for content, like just people searching for crypto. Shit to bed. I'd say it's down 50%, probably more. X clearly changed their algorithm, I'll tell you. My bangers, they're not banging. They're not banging. So I think this becomes exaggerated and it looks more intense. YouTube is similar. If I showed you YouTube analytics, it'd be similar, but the difference between the highs and the lows would be different. They wouldn't be this exaggerated. Like 1 million impressions in one day, and then what's the highest? 400,000. 400,000. And then look at this. This is where the algorithm and just like traffic shit to bed together. Boom. It's like 5 digits. Not even. Look at these days. It's crazy. It is reflective of a greater thing across the space. It isn't just the algorithm, though. I do now think that the algorithm is involved. I do. It just like even memes, you know, even like just memes that would do really well a month ago. Nothing at all. My bad. Where did this go? Steve, which song? I might not have it on this computer though. And X, dude, I will say this, 𝐂𝐡, also X not only has the algorithm starting to suck and the traffic sucks, dude. I am considering, unless something changes or unless like traffic comes back or the algorithm changes, like I'm considering just not posting there anymore. We're not even live on X right now. I just can't take it, dude. There's enough in the world that is stressful. There's enough in our everyday lives that's stressful. I mean, look at crypto. Like, this is stressful, man. We've been bleeding out since 2021, and I got all my eggs in this basket. I got enough stress. There's enough shit going on. Every time I open X, I'm not even going to name topics because I don't want people to think this is like partisan or polarizing. Every time I open it, just bad vibes. Like, bad vibes, man. It's just like everything's stressful. Everything is like, every post in your feed now is intended to just like make you mad. And I know that's been true. I've complained about it, but like, I can't even scroll. Everything is just like people arguing or people being mad, like people like bots supporting the stupidest stances, dude. Like, this shit about Powell is insane. The amount of like, it's bots. The amount of bots, it's just wild. It's I can't do it. It wasn't like this even like 2 months ago, and of course it's always been there in the corner, but it's what it feels like is instead of like amplifying those bad vibe things, what happened is they just removed everything else from my feed. Maybe yours isn't like that, but I see a lot of people saying the same thing. It's like the bad vibe shit was always there, but now every other topic, crypto, I don't know, memes, jokes, just like everything is gone. And it's like now there's just the bad vibes. It honestly kind of feels like it hit like exponential when the Grok stuff was happening with the like, you know, Grok removing people's clothing, whatever. like as soon as that hit, I feel like it just went into hyperdrive. I don't know. I can't handle it. I can't handle it. It's just like not worth it either. Feels not worth it if nothing is if like, you know, there's not gonna be like views, there's not gonna be following there, reach. It's like I don't want to put up with that. I don't put up with that bullshit. Anyway, enough about myself and how I feel. Said I wouldn't do that. Actually, no, I didn't. I didn't say nothing. I said that I was warming up here. We're in 1440p. Is that what it's called? 1440. Upgraded the resolution. I was trying to do 2K or 4K, but it didn't work. I don't know why it didn't work. Because I recently got this monitor that's 4K, and so I thought I'd be able to do that. I don't know. I couldn't get it to work, but I'll keep trying. Is anybody watching it in 1440? Let me know how it is. Is it better? I'm hoping the stream is smoother, which is counterintuitive. It should be smoother when it's less resolution because it's like less data, but I don't know. I do see that we've dropped some frames over the last 2 minutes, but it's not a large amount. Not a lot though. Well, let me see. Garbage news. Yeah, dude. I hate it, dude. I can't. And it's, the problem is that, like, yeah, dude, Twitter. The problem is that X did serve as like a really good platform to get breaking news. Like it did. It was. I don't know if I can make that argument anymore because all I get and all it seems to be is just bullshit, like misinformation. It's no longer like breaking news where things, you know, occasionally breaking news will be wrong. It's being published right away. You know, they don't have all the info, but now it's like specifically and intentionally just misinformation, like just like wrong things. It's wild. It sucks, dude. It sucks. People feed off negativity. We are being just puppeted by these masters. Like the political. Let's be real. It's not even political. It's just money. We are being puppeted by just like the richest people in the world. Absolutely. I want to say it's like both parties, but it's not. It's like the parties are being puppeted by those people, and it's just like how can we continue to make everyone hate each other? That's what it is, and it's working. AI, I think, is like putting that into hyperdrive too. We're all humans, man. We all, believe it or not, you know, people are probably tuning in and being like, that guy's a libtard or that guy's a Republican good bootlegger. Like, probably thinking both ways. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, whatever we are, we're all just humans. Like, I'm neither of those things. We're all humans, and we all believe at the core here, right here, we all believe the same thing, like 99.9% of the time. We all believe that we want to live happy, healthy lives. And believe it or not, I think that everyone at their core wants everyone else to live happy, healthy lives, because you can't live a happy, healthy life if other people aren't. Or like if everyone around you is having a bad life, you can't live that happy, healthy life. But we're being pushed into these corners where we're told and convinced that like other people having happy, healthy lives is like taking away from ours. And it's like this like combative thing. Like it's where it's like a zero-sum game, and we're being sold this crock of shit. And at the end of the day, that isn't reality. Like, we all want to be happy and healthy. We want our families to be taken care of. We want to live stress-free lives where we can enjoy what we do. And the problem is that we can't do any of these things. Can't do any of it. It's all being taken away from us. And instead, like, we're taking away those ideas because it's too easy to relate. And we're being given other ideas. These, like, micro fucking ideas that don't matter. Like women, men and women's sports. Like, I get it. Like, I get people being upset about it or something, you know, like the concept of it. But it's like, doesn't affect anyone's life. Like, the people whose lives are affected by it directly, they should be upset or whatever, you know, like, I would totally back them and their, you know, whatever they're going through. But like, these things don't matter. They don't. They don't matter, dude. It's such a sliver of like, it's not even reality. It's just like a sliver of thought. It's just bullshit. And like, none of it matters. None of it changes any of our lives. The thing that does change our lives is hating each other over it. And that's the goal. That's it. I don't know. I'm rambling. I said I wouldn't ramble. I'm rambling. You had X for sports? No, none of it shows up. Yeah, dude, I had X for everything except for political shit, and that's all that shows up. What's up, 𝐂𝐡𝐚𝐫𝐭 Commander? What's up, brother? Welcome, the first subscriber of the new stream. If you subscribe, your name will show up right here. I'll shout you out. It's a cool deal. I promise this isn't all about ranting about Twitter. It's a bigger problem than Twitter. It's a much bigger problem than Twitter. The problem is that Twitter is directly controlled by one of these people who is incentivized to control thought and control politics, control how life is. There's only so much wealth in the world. If you want to keep collecting it, yeah, you gotta do more than just sell cars, right? Gotta do a lot bigger things. Anyway. What's up, 𝐒𝐶10? I don't know how to pronounce that, man. Welcome, bro. Let's go, Peach. How you doing, brother? Left or not? That's what we keep forgetting. Like, I'm gonna move on from this topic, but I want to leave everyone with just one more thought here. This last thought. The next time you see someone and you're like, yeah, I don't know, like they're supporting Trump and it makes you mad, or they're shitting on Trump and it makes you mad. The next time you have these feelings, it's not just about Trump, but it's a popular one. Next time you do, try to just drop that thought for a second and remember that that person is just a human, just like you, and they experience and want the same things. And that the motivation behind the stance that you don't like is in search of those same things. It's, you know, maybe it's misguided on either side, or maybe it's like wrong, getting them away from it, but they're trying. They're not doing it. Like they're not doing it because they want, maybe they want to hurt you, but like they're not doing it because they're bad people. They're doing it because they're misguided, or they are just reaching at the wrong things, you know, like whatever side of whatever stance of anything it is. They're doing it because they're looking for the same things. The rest of the world is trying to, the controlling people are trying to make you think otherwise. And honestly, at this point in 2026, odds are you're just talking to a bot. You're almost certainly talking to a bot that is there to make you feel these things, to disrupt you, to remove you from people, to cause tension and stress and division. You're almost certainly talking to a bot. There are, you know, sprinkled in there other real people doing this, sprinkled in. But the majority of it, like, look at your everyday life, man. I've never, if I go on Twitter and post anything about any topic, I will get a million responses on either side of the topic about how I'm an idiot. Think about real life. Does that ever really happen? No. Because in real life, we don't have those fake voices, and we don't have these engineered, like voices, these engineered forces, like pushing us away. Anyway, that was my last thought. Remember, we're all after the same things. That's it. We are. What's up, brothers? What's up, meme, hopium, copium, brick city? How you doing, bros? Yeah, I was just kind of on my soapbox preaching about love again. You know how I am. Anyway, let's shift from love. Let's shift from love to how fucking goated I am. Let's go, Monero. Let's go. Monero. I will concede this. I said Monero would break all-time high by the end of last year. I was wrong. It took 11 days. I was 11 days off on a call virtually nobody was making until, I don't know, like late, very recently. Now everyone talking about how bullish they are on Monero makes me very frightened. Actually, I don't like that. But you saw it here. For months we have been talking about this, and if you want to go back, you really want to look at the receipts, we've been talking about this for years. When Monero was delisted from Binance and traded to $100, you guys were here for me buying it and me telling you I'm buying it. That is now up 6x, 5x, 6x. We have been here. This is turning out, I think it's shaping up to be my Doge. I want to get you guys FOMOing. Remember, we're at all-time highs. Blasting the top of things, even if it benefits me, I don't want you guys to get wrecked. You are at a high-risk time. If you didn't get in, longing now is a high risk. It could work out for you, but if you do something like that, you need to make a plan of where you're getting out, where you're taking profit. You can't, if you just randomly FOMO and top blast into something like this with no plan, you're gonna ride it down. No matter what. Whether it goes down right away or you hold it through highs, you're gonna get wrecked. Hopefully, some of you guys saw my analysis, felt the same way I did, and have at some point along the way made a move, right? This is the monthly time frame. So here's what's interesting, and I promise if you're feeling FOMO, there's going to be opportunity that I'm going to talk about here elsewhere. So chill out for a minute. This is on the monthly time frame. Monero has essentially been under its 2017 all-time high for 9 years. I mean, it has for pretty much. In 2021, it very briefly traded about 8% up. So here's something we need to worry about. As every chart we have seen so far in the last few years has done, except for Bitcoin, but kind of Bitcoin too. They have rejected from all-time highs. It is entirely possible that's what we're about to see with Monero. I don't want it to be true, but it's entirely possible. XRP, Solana, Ethereum, what else? What else has broken all-time highs over the last few years by single-digit percents, basically, and then just sold off, right? No price discovery, no like launch parabolic move. This is what we have seen all cycle, so we should absolutely keep this in mind to be prepared for it. Meaning, if you got into Monero at any point, honestly at any point, you should look to lock in a little profit here, guys. Not financial advice. This is what I'm just sharing what I'm doing and what I think makes sense. You got to make your own decisions. I'm not your financial advisor. You got to lock something in. What I'm doing, I'm going to sell a little bit. I should have actually already done it. I should have had a limit order already in. I'm going to sell a little bit. Take a little profits. Enough that I will be comfortable if the top is in and we got to wait 4 more years. That's the best position to be in. If you made a crazy trade, we had a bunch of them here. If you've made some crazy trades lately or you're on leverage, etc., I'd look to at least take your risk off the table. Take the principal out. Have something left to ride, but principal off the table, risk done. We have back to back nailed entries here live. Like back to back. Hopefully more than a few of you have hit something here. Like literally this year we hit an entry at 420. Yeah, blaze it. And now at 600. Already pushed past 517, already broke all-time high and hit our TPs. Like lock something in. Do not run the risk of just holding it all the way back down. I am bullish on Monero. I think it's going to go higher, but that line of thinking and that kind of assumption based on these cycles I've seen before has not played well in this one. Take care of yourselves. It's at $600. Let's go. If you're up, I don't know, even from 420, 42% up. It's a hell of a gain, especially for a few days. Where was I? Yeah, I got 350. I bought a bunch of spot at 350 live. That's up 70%. Maybe at 700, I'll sell half of what I bought. I bought like, I forget, it was like $5,000 worth of Monero, 350. Maybe I'll sell half of it at 700, take that principal out. I have a longer term position, of course, but just lock something in. Yeah, this is what this channel does. We don't tell you to top blast shit just because we called it and we're riding it. You got to play it right. The good news, if you missed this, it happens. You're not alone. I would guess, I'm hoping a few of you hit this. That's really where my heart's at. I know most of you didn't. That's okay. It's a weird time. Like, don't beat yourself up. There's still good news. One, we have had no backtest of the previous all-time high. We're currently at 600. It is very likely that price will move back to the previous all-time high, 517. Could happen now, could happen after some more running, right? So let's look at that. This one I don't like, obviously. This trade I don't like this one as much, but the back test, the break and retest is a very solid, very successful way to enter. It's better than top blasting. It requires patience, discipline, but there's still potential there. And if that isn't the case, you don't have the patience. There is a bigger picture here that hopefully you will be able to capitalize on. The reason, multiple reasons, but one of the most compelling reasons, I'm going to tie in another chart here, for the bullishness we've had on Monero is this structure. This is an insane structure. Monero is not alone in this structure. There are other coins with similar structures that haven't made the move yet. So there is likely opportunity there in those charts. If you guys know one, feel free to share. I do, but I don't want to like shill. There are other charts that look like this, and it's a decent bet that they're going to look to make a same move or a similar move. There we go. Monero just hit $600. Let's hit the highest price again ever. Let's go. Pump party. Pump party. Nice. 601, 603. Okay. There are other charts. Litecoin. Litecoin's one, but there's probably more. What you're looking for to kind of match up the structure. Here's your checklist. The coin has to be at least from 2017, probably older. 16, 14, right? All-time high in 17, all-time high in 21, or double top or slightly lower high. You're looking for the retracement to the bear market, and then for your lows to have held since 2021. Higher low, you're looking for a retest of that top. I'm sure there are other coins out there. A big tip-off of how bullish Monero was comes from the next spiciest chart that we're going to look at today. Our boy, Mr. Silver. Now this is obviously a much bigger time frame. This is all the way back to 1980. This is years as opposed to months. But silver did the exact same thing, and this was a huge factor of our silver to all-time high call. We were riding gold, but saying this structure is absolutely insane. You have your all-time high, and so to make the parallel to 2017, 2021, you held your low, higher lows, and boom, you broke out after retesting. Silver is going ape. It's at all-time highs right now. It's at 85. It's absolutely heading to 100. Knock on wood. I don't want to jinx it. Absolutely heading to 100. Like we were looking for. It's taking a little longer. Like this thing is ripping. When charts get suppressed, like we see right here, they do tend to make some very big moves when they break out. We can go back to silver, but I want to actually look at one or two things here quick. I have not done this. I hate doing this. I hate when people connect the highs and say, oh, the rally's over. I hate it because rallies have ended when this has happened. Let's see. Just touching it. Let's go down to like minutes. Wow. Clean. That's a 9-year-old trend line. Look at that. Boom. Pull back, higher low. Boom. Breakout. Sheesh. Sheesh. Fire. Dude, this is so hot. It's so hot. What's up, Nick Loving? I missed your subscribing. Welcome. Be like Nick. Join us. Hit the subscribe button. If you had been here watching our content for months, you would have caught Monero very early. This is fire, dude. Money flow is up. VWAP is up. Momentum is up. This chart's still cooking on the weekly. I would not be surprised to see it trade back under 600. We're at 602, but back under this trend line intra-week. Fire. Fire. Nothing. Just floating above. All the way above your averages. I guess we can't see volume on this chart. A huge factor. Here we go. I know. I almost got lost in the sauce here. A huge factor for looking for higher on Monero. And this is the most important tool nobody uses or preaches anymore. Monero's value against Bitcoin. It is apparent to me at this point in wherever we are in cycle or whatnot that these are super important again. At times, they're not. At times, they're not. Right now, super important. Monero is looking for a breakout against Bitcoin and USD. I'm pretty sure, I think I'll look, but the Bitcoin pair I think signaled first. the hopium here is that there are other charts as well that are looking pretty strong against Bitcoin. And to find those is likely an indication that those coins are going to look to run as well. This is bonkers. Hold up. Monthly time frame. Damn, yo. Monero is up 30% against Bitcoin in 10 days of this year. Woo. Yearly resistance 0088. Currently at 0065. About 35% gain versus Bitcoin back to the start of 23's valuation. I think this is looking like a real breakout. Let's get rid of that. Look at this. The biggest issue is we have seen charts do this for years and then fail and then do the same thing again. So this is a hard thing to catch. But Monero did break its major descending trend back in November. And now it is continuing to move up. Yeah, targeting this 0.1 to 0.08 range. Another factor we can be looking for, or another tip off to find coins that are going to pump still. You can be looking for charts that have major descending trends against BTC and watch for them to break. That could be a good signal as well. I think that's a very good signal, actually. 35% gain up to resistance here, as high as 40%. 50%. If Bitcoin did not move at all, what would that suggest as a high? Oh, we got to do moon math too. 38, 40%. 50%. Just under 1,000 or 1,000. That's a great target. If this sell-off, I'm so used to saying sell-off from fucking this last forever that when things pump, I'm still saying sell-off. If this pump does not get sold off back under our trend line, 1,000 is just the obvious next price, right? It'd be price exploration. Our tools become limited in what we can use to pinpoint upside targets. We don't have resistance above. But our FIB tool, using the Bitcoin pair looking upwards to resistance, like we just did, gives us 1,000 psychological numbers, like 1,000, 1,500, are the best ways to play it. There's probably people tuning in now. Let me see. Do we get any viewers? I think the space is dead. We got 620 viewers. That's not bad. So there's people who probably have tuned in since I started talking about Monero. Let me rehash here. We nailed it, but that's not what it's about. Monero broke all-time high. It is currently in price exploration. It's battling this major high trend on USD. It's broken its downtrend against BTC. And it is likely common. People tuning in right now, especially looking for Monero, are feeling some FOMO. All of a sudden, everyone's talking about it. Isn't that funny? All these people, they always talk about shit after it happens. And they never get it before. But you're probably feeling a little FOMO, and you're like, I need to jump in, or I'm going to lose. That is a bad mindset. This is a really hard mindset to fight, but it is also a very losing mindset in crypto. What I think makes sense is to look for other charts that have similar setups. They do exist. They are out there. We've gone over some criterion. If you don't want to do that, what I think makes sense is waiting for a pullback on this chart, because top blasting typically ends up in getting wrecked, and typically all the time now. I mean, it used to work out kind of. Now top blasting, especially coins at all-time high, has been a very losing strategy the entire cycle. It hasn't worked on any of them. Imagine if you had top blasted Ethereum when it hit 5K, or Sol when it hit 300 and whatever. I don't even remember what it was at. Waiting for a pullback. Monero has very consistently and predictably pulled back to support on its climb up. Now that it's broken all-time high, that may change, and the dynamics may change due to price exploration and low liquidity, like meaning there's no resistance. The sellers are just people taking profit on longs at this point. That may change, but we have not backtested 517. It is very likely, even if Bitcoin, even if Monero continues all the way to 1,000 or something, to see a pullback, a retest of that 517. Probably not looking for 1,000 first, but it is very likely, and that is a great place to look for an entry that is lower than current price. Using our fib tool locally, we see 600. That's where we're at right now at the 1618. The 2 measure move at 750. Oh man, I feel so weird talking about these like bullish moves now because we haven't seen them. But in the past, I would have described this as likely to make a move like this. That actually fits well. When you blast past the 1618 extension, you look for the 2, and if the chart is remaining bullish, it will typically backtest it and then move higher. I like that the backtest or retest here would be at the ascending trend line. That gives me some more confidence. So that could be a later entry that is close to price right now, but this is not, in my opinion, a good trade unless 750, 745 is hit first. That would be like the chasing up trade. If we reject here, I'd be looking, yeah, for the 517. But of course it is possible, you know, for it to all come all the way down. I'm getting a little lost in the sauce here. Too many ideas at once. Let me rein it back in and focus. This would be the super bullish setup. 750, 600 to 1,000. That'd be super bullish. It's hard to say something's going to be super bullish. We've seen nothing. We've seen nothing do this. Most coins have just shit the bed. So let's go with, yeah, this is what I was saying. Let's go with the most probable thing to happen right now based on all the other charts we've seen do this in the last few years. Squeak out a few more dollars up over the, you know, today or this week. And then by the end of the week, trade lower than we're at now and pull back to that 517 to retest the all-time high. I think that is the most probable and the best trade. Either way, I think blasting it right now is a bad call. Period. I don't like it. I don't think it's a good idea. We've set some upside targets with Confluence. 1,000, 1,500. Here's how I'm likely to approach this. I kind of randomly picked 700 because I made a big ad at 350. I should, right now after this stream, go sell a few of my Monero. I should take some profits. I haven't taken profits on it maybe ever, and it's been underwater maybe for a while. I should sell a few, even if it's like a small percent, 10% of what I have. I don't know, something. What I will then do is place limit sell order at 750, a limit sell order at 1,000, a limit sell order, do 1,500, and 2,750. So that might look something like, I don't know, I sell 10% now, 10% is 745, 10% at 1,000. It's only 30% total. If it reaches 1,500, I'll have sold 40%. And then at 2,750, maybe I'd sell like a bigger chunk, so like 10, 20, 40. Maybe I'd sell like another 40% here. And this is getting hopium. These are really high numbers. What that would do, and the greater context and importance of what I'm saying, is in the event where this just goes up forever, which is impossible, but our brains get there, I would still have some of my position, you know, at any price, a moon bag. And what I've done by layering these cells up is I have removed my risk in the trade. So let's say it never goes to 2,700, right? Which is probable. Goes to 1,000. My goal is to have my principal out, and because my position is low, I'll probably be able to do that at 1,000. I think my average is 100 and something. I will remove all the risk so that if this happens, I'm still in profit. I can't possibly lose money on the position. That is the dream and the goal to be in as a trader. To have a bag with a zero or negative cost basis where up or down, it doesn't matter to you. You can't lose. You can only lose unrealized or unreal gains. If we want real moon targets, I don't really think that this is going to happen. I don't think so, but we've seen moves like this in the past, not this cycle. using our biggest fib, our 2 measure move is all the way up here at 8,300. In this scenario, if I did what I said right here and I have 20% left, if it hit 8,000, I'd probably sell 10%. So I would have 10% left. I would always hold on to something because I like this coin. I believed in this coin forever. It's in my list of the few coins. My list is very short. That I truly support. What was I doing here? I was doing something else. Shit, I missed. I don't know what I was doing. Got distracted. That is how I'm looking to play this. So sell now, sell at 4 or 750, sell at 1,000, sell at 1,500, sell at 275, and then pretty much wait it out. In reality, we probably won't get most of these, but I'll have a plan and I'll be ready. There we go. Let me go back to the stream. I got in the zone there for a moment. If you could do me a favor, my friends, I have the stream pulled up, the chat pulled up now. Hello, welcome. Subscribe. Smash the like, subscribe, share it out. 100% support. Let's go, lasers. And let's go. How has the smoothness been, Pickle? How's the feed been? I see that we're doing good on viewers. Much better than we have been. All the Litecoin talk when this... Well, here's the reality of this, guys. You often hear me talk about Litecoin because Litecoin is the same thing. Monero, they're like the same thing. There's such small changes between them. They both fit my criteria for coins I believe in perfectly. The reason you've heard me talk about Litecoin more is realistically because that's just like what people wanted me to talk about. That's like what people like have known me for over the years. I still believe in Litecoin. It's still fundamentally the same thing. I still think it's going to do what Monero's doing. But Monero and Litecoin have always been equal in my tier rankings. It goes Bitcoin is S, God tier, and then it's Litecoin, Monero, Doge. You know what else even fits down there? I think DGB, Vertcoin, proof of work, no pre-mine, no tax, no founder fund, just pure, fair, trustless origin. They've always been there. They've always been tied, and I've said it many times in the past. I do believe Litecoin is going to do the same thing. When? I wish I knew. Hopefully soon. But it's the same setup. You have 2017, 2021, and your lows have been coming up. You're obviously much lower, you know, Monero, all the way up here now, actually all-time high. You haven't made this climb up yet, but you could look at that as, well, there's potentially more upside there. Just back to the all-time high, not even breaking the all-time high. You got 444%. To put that in context, it's similar. It is a similar thing to when I bought Monero publicly, January 2024, when Binance delisted it. You guys remember that? When I say it's similar, in the sense of just back to the all-time high at that point was like 400, 500%. Does that make sense? Hopefully it makes sense. One sec. God, I remember this day like it was... No, I don't remember this day like it was yesterday. But that was such a... Everyone was freaked out. Binance delisted Monero out of nowhere. It's really weird. Kraken has Monero, a US exchange. Binance delisted it out of like fear of, I don't know, regulation maybe. Everyone was like, well, this is nuked, this is cooked. And I remember posting this and be like, just bought more Monero. It was like at 100. And people were just like, what are you doing? You're crazy. And I was like, this is like the FUD I thirst for. It is something that seems so, it's something that appears and sounds worse than it is, but to a huge degree. Like, it doesn't matter if Binance delisted Monero. Will it dump short term? Sure. But when I saw it drop almost in half, that was like, no doubt in my mind, throwing a bunch of money in there. What a great call. February 2024. Right here. A lot of people support Monero now. A lot of people saying they bought it, but not a lot of people. I challenge you to go find people that bought that day. And I think I remember one or two people that did. Because I was like, hey, I see you. You see me. What up, bruh? I guess I was not really related. I was saying that Monero and Litecoin are like the same thing to me. I think they'll do the same. It all comes from silver, this setup. It's juicy. Oh yeah, I was reading chat and then I totally forgot. Damn, we're dropping. No lag, good quality. That's good. We're dropping frames, but not a lot of frames. No lag, no hangups. Good. Super smooth. That's so weird. So we've been streaming at like a much lower resolution, and a much, like, you know, much less connection is needed. We're actually at 5 times the bit rate, meaning it's like 5 times more connection needed, and it's smoother. I don't know. BCH, Bitcoin Cash. Here's what I've been saying. I've been saying Monero is the most bullish chart in crypto for a while. And I've been saying that BCH is likely the second most bullish chart in crypto. It's weird. It's weird, right? Bitcoin Cash against Bitcoin, BCH, BTC, has been doing pretty well too. That's been a big factor for Monero. We've been looking at this climb or this appreciation against Bitcoin. What is worthy of noting is that these charts don't at all look similar to me. Even though they both look bullish, doesn't really look similar to me. This low looking very different. Like I was saying earlier, if you missed Monero, there's a likely opportunity elsewhere in coins that have similar charts. This isn't one, but I still think it has opportunity. It's like, let's put this on the week. I don't see a huge similarity between these two. Right? You have your lowest point here. It's like the capitulation low. Little flag pops up, continues. First XMR. 3 very visible strikes down. You hit a low, a lower low, a lower high, a lower low, a higher low, then you broke it. That was a big signal. I have been talking about their downtrends. Let me see. Where is this? BCH, Coinbase, that'll be good. Major downtrends. Let's look. Could be viewed there. Let me get a computer generated trend line. I'm curious. I'm gonna remove the bias potential here. Computer's not seeing it. Doesn't have like many clean tests to any specific value. Here is a downtrend, and this is valid, and this could be. So I hesitate to say this is what we're looking for because it isn't. It's not the same, but it is a break of a downtrend. This one is more what I was talking about, major downtrend. It did test here, it was broken, and test here, back test. I really wish there was like a cleaner from like the highs, like Monero was. But what I can say is, despite it not having maybe that clean same break, like I said, these charts are different. Any trend line you see basically converges right here, and it has taken that level, has put in higher highs. This week it's turned around a little bit, but not as worrying. I was hoping there'd be a clean breakout so I could say, look, this is what we're looking for. Yeah. The Bitcoin pair, not similar looking, but neither is. No, this isn't the full history, which is hella annoying again. Why? Why? Why is it not the full history? Here we go. This is the full history. Not the same setup. Not the same thing. So it doesn't, I guess what we can say is it doesn't have to look exactly the same as Monero. But if it does look the same as Monero pre-breakout, it's probably a very good sign. If you look at this price action, not the same. This is definitely different. We have, right? Looks like we have broken this. I was looking for this on the BCH pair, BCH BTC pair. Here it is on the USD pair. That's good. It's a decent sign. Clear break of the downtrend. back tested, retested, higher high. Above 712 basically confirms the breakout, or 719, 720. You do have obviously some highs to deal with on the way. 16, 4,300 listing wick. These are all solid upside targets. Been looking at 1,000 for quite some time. It's taken forever though. But so did Monero. To be fair, so did all these. I was talking to someone today, personal friend, and they were like, this chart, it's like it's not doing anything, this coin. And I was like, yeah, to be fair though, neither was Monero, neither was XRP, neither were any of these coins before they did make a move. Nobody was looking at them. It felt like they would never move, and they did. So just because yours isn't doing anything is not necessarily a good sign or indicator that it won't. Okay. $950 to 1,000. Close above 720. And this is the same analysis. I know it took a long time to do the exact same analysis that was already there. And you're looking for 1,000. That looks solid. Looks good. I think that was like already right here. Yep. We had it earlier, actually. We caught it in advance here on this one. Yep. From 300. Stopped out in April, but it's such a good trade. I think 1,000's it. I definitely want to look at this more once we see 1,000, or we see a close above like 720. Close above April's high. You're looking for some moves. I don't know about that. I don't know about 10,000. Yeah, if you go up to 1,000, you definitely could be seeing 2,300. Things get wild. Previous all-time high. We'll see. TBD. Chart looks good though. I think this is the second most bullish one until I find other stuff. We've been talking about it for a while. If I had to randomly guess, gun to my head, what coin would break and run next, I'd say BCH. I wish it were other stuff, but I'd say BCH. Then maybe 𝐒𝐻. I like the FUD on 𝐒𝐻. There we go. We placed the long the day that they abandoned the project or whatever. In slight project or in slight profit. I wouldn't do this though. I think that there's better plays on like BCH or Monero. This is looking sketchier by the day. Okay. Bit rate dropped a little. Dropped frames over the last 2 minutes the entire time we've been live. But I guess it hasn't really mattered. Maybe I need to turn my threshold up. You guys are saying it's smooth, then it's smooth. And I got distracted again. Good news on Bitcoin. We have not only obviously hit the long, taking profit, but we have retaken the yearly VWAP and too early to call, but for now have held support there. That's what we want to see. I don't hate that. For now. UAE banned privacy coins. Yeah, I mean, I saw that on Twitter. Who knows if it's real? I don't know. I haven't verified it. Also, it just doesn't matter to me. Banning stuff is just so irrelevant in crypto. Is lit a good buy? You're a good buy, Steve. Look at Hut. You guys informed me after that stream that Hut transitioned from Bitcoin mining. Maybe why they're doing good. Probably why they're doing good. Let's be real. Likely. Let me look at HUT. God, I gotta be. Some idea on V though? I don't know about that, bud. I don't know about that. Let's go, Castro. Let's go, brother. Gold. HUT. They're doing AI stuff, right? What about ASML? Look at that one next too. FUD banning crypto. Yeah, dude, it's always a LARP. Banning crypto is just the biggest LARP. Trying to ban mining and Bitcoin like a dozen times. Like, it doesn't matter. Countries banning countries banning decentralized networks. The only thing they do is like give us FUD. Like, it's always FUD. It's just always FUD at all times. Never matters. Like, it always has, like, typically it'll have a short-term price impact, and then it just doesn't matter. Who cares? Roblox coding, probably. Is that Roblox? Gotta get a high deal for you right now. Trying to ban Bitcoin again. It's like they never unbanned it. They just kept banning it. They're like, we banned it again. And it's, you would think it's like, oh no, they banned it, you know, different category, different ways, more strict ban. Nah, it's just like always ban. It was blanket ban. They just kept doing it over and over and over again. We got some stuff to look at. Look at HUT, SPX, ASML. Let me close some of these charts. Screw you, Paul. Paul. Aluminum. The roof is on fire. This is the next metal to all-time high. I'm calling it. Aluminum. Trump coin. Hump coin. Actually not looking bad. The roof is on fire. Fire. See, we could have a long here. I don't like this one. Oh yeah, I already placed it. So we could have a long here at 180. I don't like this one. Back to 2. Could be there. I'll keep this one up. Bat, your garbage. Beat, your garbage. I don't know who wanted to look at beat the other. It's garbage. It's beat up. This will short squeeze at some point, but it'll wait. It'll wait to liquidate you first, I'm sure. It had a shot at bouncing there when we looked at it. HNT looks like death. Copper gonna blast off. Copper's going to $7. Uranium. All-time highs, baby. Great call. Gold. We can look at gold's going to 5K. Durr. Took its time. Total. All right, we'll look at these really quick. Don't go anywhere. I have to pee. Be real fast. Got a number 1, guys. Real quick here. Stay here. Don't go anywhere. We got a lot of charts to look at. We're gonna take more requests. Smash the like button, share, subscribe, help hype it up, chat in the live stream. Sign up with our exchange partners, FEMX and BYDFi, in the links below. Everybody can sign up there. You'll get bonuses for using my link. You'll help support the stream, most importantly, and your value. But what do you get from it? If you use my links for anything, I will always advocate on your behalf if you are treated unfairly or have an issue there. Customer service sucks in the crypto space, especially for exchanges. It's not unique to one. They're all bad. But I promise you, if you have an issue that is unfair to you and you come to me with it using my link, I will go directly to them and I will get you. I'll get you escalated. I'll get you answers. Oh shit. I just got out of memory. Hopefully that didn't crash everything. It's a big value. So sign up. You have time. Links in the description below. I'm gonna go pee quick. Don't go anywhere. You're not allowed to go anywhere. Stay there. Easy peasy. There it is. Here it is. We're back. Told you. Let's take a look at 𝐒𝐡, I guess. There. Mike Hotness. What Mike? Yeah, I gotta pee. Yeah, pee, gotta pee. I shook it a bunch of times, don't you worry. You know, 𝐒𝐡 here on the day. I know that we looked at this and it was very bullish. On the day does not look great. That's surprising. Let me grab RSI here. Market Cipher B was not a huge fan on the day here. Look at this. Money flow hitting the lower lows, VWAP's down, momentum's like peaking. It's weird. Strange. RSI, lower high, price higher high. That is bear div on RSI, but there's no reversal yet, so I think it's early. I'm surprised. That doesn't look like it would be that way. The weekly paints a more bullish picture here. Money flow is at least hitting higher highs, momentum's up. VWAP's actually getting a little saggy though. That bear divergence is not as visible. You can see we're making higher highs and it's made higher highs on RSI, so that's not quite in agreement. It's like a little bit in conflict even. All-time high 82.85. You've broken 57.29. This would be a very logical move for 𝐒𝐡. 82 to 85. 82, 85 to 57.29. Backtesting that previous resistance. Probably a good entry there. Okay. Yeah. Weird. I feel like we just did this. Deja vu. Probably on Monero. Or measure move target 100 back to 82 for the breakout. Both of those could be very successful back tests. These are not on the table yet, but break all-time high. Here's your kind of hopium moon targets for it. I honestly expected... Yeah, I'm gonna stick with this. The daily looks a little weak. It does look a little weak. It is pushing higher. The weekly looks good. It can fix itself. I would not, again, chase this up. I would be waiting for 82 to be tested before I look for long. Because if not, maybe you're not painting what you think you're painting, right? Yeah, patience on 𝐒𝐡. But there's potential. There's absolutely potential here. I thought I would be moving more today. It's just below Friday's high, 1.7%. I see why you looked at it though. I feel like the candlesticks and the oscillators are telling different stories. It's unusual. SPX just being a beast. Friday we looked at it. I said it's closer to a short than a long to me because what? Because you had the perfect test of the 1618. Maybe I should be a little more bullish. I do have shorts up here, 7,460. Maybe I should be more patient. In February, early last year, I already forgot. I already forgot about this. We had one of our greatest calls of the cycle, and that was the top on S&P right before the April crash. We called 6,163. Price went literally to that value right before the tariff liberation day, whatever, market crash at the start of 25. We got that price, not through guessing, but through the same analysis we apply to all charts at all-time high. We use the tools available. The two-measure move right there gave us the top, and again, to repeat that, we would be looking for 7,460. It's hard for me to say long here, though. Maybe that is what we should be looking for. How about like this? Tighten up that stop here. And wait. For the impatient, I don't know. Like, yeah, I know longing makes more sense than short. Shorting at all-time high on stocks is historically awful. I just don't like top blasting this. I want to wait for 6,100 to go long. I don't want to long anywhere on this rally. I want to maybe short at 7,460, but I don't want to go long until I see a similar move. And it happened last year. The same play, the same analysis, I think, is it. That's it. It's him. I forgot about that. That was legit one of the craziest calls we made in the last few years. Just the like Pico top of the stock market. I forgot about that. I was saying Monero's looking to be our best, but like we actually had more good calls. I just forget them over time. And you guys don't remind me. You guys don't amp me up. You don't say, Tom, look at all these awesome calls you make all the time. You're so great. What the hell, guys? No, I'm just kidding. You do that. But, you know, maybe more. Kidding. Let's look at our indicators here. Kind of the same thing as HUT here. On the day, the money flow doesn't look super promising, but this does look better than HUT. I see like potential reversal here. Too early to call, but the higher lows here coming in, I see strength still. Whereas HUT looked pretty miserable on the day. The weekly looks almost exactly like HUT, which is strange. That flattened out money flow. You got bear div on your week.
Take it from me. I'm a doctor. Dr. Dingus.
Dr. Dingus. Yeah, not much else to say at this point. Oh. What's really crazy, wow, I didn't even notice that. Check this shit out, boys. That's bonkers. Did you see that? All right. I revised based on what I've just seen. I revised. I don't like the short here at all. And maybe I'm into a long now. The two measured move of the top February down to April, which was exactly what gave us the last high, is at the same value as the 3 extension. That's crazy. Wow. And the 2618 was at, whoa. My brain's exploding here. The 3 extension from that, what? Is perfect. Not only is the 3 perfect, whoa. That's crazy. That's some wild confluence. It's like 2 perfect. This is like the ultimate price. All right. I almost want to delete the short here. I'll keep it, but that's crazy. That's actually crazy. You very infrequently see confluence like that. Like, especially for things, you know, years apart. This is back in 2022. That's crazy. Bitcoin CME aging well here from what, last Monday. Last Monday we opened to a gap, a nice rally, and we said we see intra-week selling. Gonna look for that gap to fill at 90.2. Can look for a long there. That's where the spot long printed here for us as well. Is the same thing. We did that live. That was good content. That's filled. Still here. Bitcoin hasn't really escaped it. No gap is open from this week. This week opened with a slight gap. We already saw that gap filled in trading today. RSI looking good here on the day for CME. Higher highs getting out of the 50 zone, finding support at 50, bringing that average back up. Money flow on the sell side waning. We got the gap above us here. We are all dingus. Let's pump. Dr. Dingus. Guys, I'm getting bored of Arc Raiders, by the way. Getting bored. Just look at ASML. I want to chill for a sec. Fibs, dude, all the fibs. Biblical end of days is your hopium. That's, I feel like that's getting more common in 2025. Rapture sounds pretty nice now. 2026. Rapture sounded nicer and nicer as the days go on. Take me up to heaven. What's up, very hefty? Hopium as a suppository? Yeah. Floats your boat. What's up, Raul? Crypto changing lives, yeah, for the worse this year. Did 20 push-ups? Hell yeah, dude. Get it. Since streaming live, I have no idea. I look like a Bitcoin. Yeah, the lights are, I messed with the lights, made me a little more orange. I was looking real white. Too white. Too pale. Don't want to blind you. Am I really risking 1% for my trades? Less. Yeah, not even 1%. Yes. Not even. Yeah, not even. It's good. This has been a good stream. It's been quiet, but they've all been quiet. Silver never back tested that 54. And it's still coming. Silver's not going to go up forever. Nothing goes up forever. Silver has some crazy confluence. Or wait, no, that's not confluence. Yeah, that's not confluence. That's that 122 is from there, from this extension. Let's check in on silver. Dude, this is so based. This is what I talk about. What a great example. And people are like, it's overbought, it's bearish, it's oversold, it's bullish. And I say, no, guys, that's not how it works. Like when it's going up, you want it to be overbought and remain there. Look at silver. This is the perfect example on the day. It is coming out of overbought, but look at this. These are not, this has not been good sell opportunities, these overboughts. RSI is an oscillator, moves up and down, it's relative. It can't just go up and stay up like this, it's relative. If it did that, it would be going like exponential to infinity. What you're looking for is obviously your lows coming up above 50 for bullishness, but you want to see RSI just have a bias of going back and overbought. Staying in there is good too, obviously, but you want to see it return to overbought. You want to see it like it just magnetically attracted if you're pumping. True is opposite in the other direction for being bearish. It's so gorgeous. Money flows a mountain. Mountain. Into the unknown. Here it is, perfectly on the week. Overbought is bullish. It is not a reversal sign. Oversold is bearish. It's not a reversal sign. Look at this. Silver became overbought September of last year on the week. If you had sold when it became overbought on the week, which is like what a lot of people think and do, you'd have sold at 37. Which, I mean, you'd probably be in profit, and you know, profit's profit, baby. But you likely missed out on like the 3x, like to 100. Weekly beast mode. It's crazy. This is what Bitcoin, believe it or not, used to look like. Monthly's still strong too. Just send it, I suppose. Send it. Ganja White Knight. I love Ganja White Knight. Speaking of not charts, I gotta pick music festivals for this year. I want to do 2 this year. Probably gonna do Lost Lands again. I gotta pick one more. What's up, Das Peach? How you doing, bro? Load up that hopium, please do. Top blasting 50x longs on silver. Let's go. All right, bro. All right, bro. I still have my. I have to find it. I still have my 20x open on gold. It's on a different account.
Diving deeper and deeper and deeper down.
To log into shit. Oh no, I don't have my phone. I can't. I don't have my other phone. I like that. Next time you get a new phone, or if you have your old phone, it's a good idea. Keep it. Don't have cell service on it, and even keep the Wi-Fi off until you use it, and use that as like your 2FA login password phone. And that way, you're walking around with your phone. There's the risk, the security is much better. Like if someone stole my phone, or God forbid, like took me hostage, right? This phone can't get you any Bitcoin. Can't get you any Bitcoin. It's not there. Also, I don't have any Bitcoin. I lost it all in a boating accident, so never mind that. But I like that. It's a little annoying that you can't log in right now and all of it, but it's like separating, adding steps in. It's a good thing. You're smarter than me, OBSY. I just figured this out. What music festivals? Lost Lands, and then one more. And of course, maybe I'll add in a third one at the end of the year, but no more than 4. No more than 4.
Drifting along the laser highway, traveling further beyond the event horizon.
Yes, I don't see Tyler S. Red Rock Amphitheater. Yeah, I would like to go to Red Rocks. God, it's so quiet. Where's everybody? We got a lot of lurkers today. Stop lurking. Stop lurking. If you're not jerking with me, you're jerking it against me. There we go. We'll open it up. Change it off of subscribers only chat. Maybe we'll get some randos. If you're not jerking it with me, you're jerking it against me. That is the most ridiculous sentence I have heard this year, and I think it's hilarious. Cross up on the day for the Ichimoku cloud for total. I think it's there with Bitcoin as well. Still there, right? We saw this the other day. That's weird. That's very weird. Why is there a cross up here? There was no cross up here. The cross up happened right here. That's real weird. I've never seen it do that. It's incorrect. Or wait. Never mind. I'm colorblind. My bad. Yeah, that cross up is correct, I think. I'm looking at this blue line, which is VWAP. That's not. Yeah, that's there we go. Yep. Cross down, cross up, cross down, cross up. You'll never guess. You'll never guess what happened in April of last year on the day. Cross up, cross down, cross up. Never guess. I think it even happened the year before. Cross up, cross down, cross up, cross down. Then no cross up. We don't get the cross up on the week until like way up here. Not like that, though. I believe that someday Bitcoin will have some moves for us. I believe it. I guess we can't complain. We did hit good trades lately. Castora, that's fundamentally not true, my friend. That honestly, it doesn't even matter. Nothing in trading. Nothing in trading in a realistic scenario matters about capital size. There are issues once your capital size is so large that it's larger than liquidity. Then there's issues, but that's only going to be the case for any of us on, I don't know, like low cap shitters, pump fun coins. Like Bitcoin, none of us have enough money. None of us are trading capital big enough that it matters. The 1% rule applies equally to $1 or $1 million or $1 billion or a penny. Doesn't matter. The thinking behind that not being true is very natural to us as humans. Our mathematical understanding. If I only have $100 and I only win 1%, I only win $1, and how, that doesn't do anything. That, like, how would that ever matter? But you're thinking in flat numbers. You're not thinking in percentages, which is how trading and investing works. It doesn't work in flat numbers. Flat numbers are the result of percentages. If you think I don't have a lot of money, I have small capital, so I have to make bigger percent gains, what's going to happen is you're going to lose your money. You're going to take on more risk, mathematically so. This isn't an opinion. This isn't, I don't know, me platituding or anything. Mathematically, the higher percent you aim for in trades, the higher risk you are taking in trades, and inevitably, when you over risk, you end up with nothing. If you have $100 and you think you're going to make $100 every month, or even every year, you're going to end up with nothing. You're going to hit zero long before you can accomplish that. Promise you. It's just math. Stop jerking it against me. You're all jerking it against me. I'm bearish on anything that has a partnership with WLFI. With World Finance, whatever. It could rain down. XRP, yeah, pump in April till July. Yeah, it could be. I don't know, man. It's at this point, it's all just conjecture. We used to be able to say, look, this is the 4-year cycle. This is how it always plays out. We have an explosive last year, and then we have a bear market. This is kind of new territory now. We could see just a normal 2026 bear market, same as 2018, etc. We could. But we can't point to it and say, look, it's always the same thing. It always plays out the same way. It always looks a little different. But like it is different. It's different this time. XRP BTC double topped and is shitting the bed. Bleeding out. But what it really is doing is it's filling in some of this inefficiency. I would not doubt, could happen on this daily candle or later in the week. I'd be looking for a shorter term reversal for potentially a lower high. And maybe even right here. Yeah, the golden pocket, a little FIBO. Yeah, I would be looking for a shorter term reversal, and then I would make further conclusions after that. If you hold this low, you come back up, especially if you can retest your highs again for a third time, then I would be looking for a long opportunity. If you reject, break your low, you're filling in this inefficiency. It's a little too early to judge, but I do see a short-term reversal though. In the dollar pair, the $1.96 might have been a little late. Maybe it should be this way too. Brain dead trade. Yeah, keep that there. Make the risk to reward better. What's up, Paul? How you doing, brother? Ever thought about working with 𝐂𝐚? What is 𝐂𝐚? What's Churchill? What? Churchill Downs. 𝐂𝐚. I don't even know what that is. There has been multiple 𝐂𝐚 over the years. There's one associated with like a casino. I'm sure there's other ones. I don't know what you're talking about. Drugs make you itchy. They're doing it wrong. Well, I mean, it depends what they are. The likeness feature has been set up. I got access to a beta feature on YouTube for once. Normally, they never give them to me. Yeah. You can't really see. It doesn't say anything here. I just got an email that said this was enabled. So what it's going to do is it's going to look for my likeness the same way it scans for copyright and identifies my content across the platform. And I hand out strikes. Look at this. I've handed out hundreds of copyright strikes. It's going to look for like my likeness in AI to show me like when people are reproducing my image. Kind of interesting. Literally just was enabled. Doesn't have anything for me yet. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see if it catches anybody. Probably will. Maybe. Am I wearing makeup? No, it's the lights, bro. It's the lights. I redid the lights. They're much more yellow. You've learned a lot in the last months watching my streams. Free course. Really grateful for you. Thank you, Mod. I appreciate you being here, man. I remember when you showed up. Remember your first days here. I couldn't pronounce your name. A horse racing thing, Mary. Listening to Tom Crown in the dark. It's like crypto and Gandalf ride Helm's Deep. Gives you hope. That's right, Danny. Appreciate you. Nice bull market. Shit bull market. What do copy strikes for? People stealing my content. Like, literally just uploading my content. Nobody ever uploads my streams. But, uploading these videos. Yeah, I publish new ones every month. They're highly successful. They're very valuable. People upload them, just straight up upload them. They rename them. They put them on their own channel. And then usually they're scamming. Like they're trying to get people to like sign up for something. Sell them shit. Look at this. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 videos with 500,000. Isn't that crazy? Let me see. 3, 4, 8, 12, 13. We got 13 with 100,000. Pretty crazy. But yeah, they just upload them for whatever reason, and that's mine. So they get copyrighted. That was a joke, yeah. No, I appreciate you, Paul. I appreciate you, brother. I see you all the time. I see you on all the platforms. I appreciate you. Speaking of that, I appreciate all you guys. I appreciate you tuning in today. It wasn't that exciting, but we had some good numbers. We had some new faces. We had some good wins. Videos are always great. They should do better. I'll rant about that another time. They do well. They do great, but they should do better for what they are. I don't know why they don't. I don't know. But appreciate you guys. You can check out those videos on the channel. There's a playlist. Appreciate you guys tuning in. We're going to be live on Wednesday, maybe before then. We nailed Monero. Here's to the next one. Man, Monero already sold off a little bit here. Maybe 517's coming. Make sure you're in our Discord, discord.gg/TomCrown. It's free. If you sign up with any of our links, you will get VIP roles in there. I recommend BY, DeFi, or FEMX, our exchange partners. Links in the video description below. Great exchanges.